Hi, this is Steve.
This is Bob.
This is Jay.
This is Alpha Quadrant 6. We are a Star Trek Discovery after show. We are reviewing Season 2, Episode 3. The season is getting off to a good start. We went off in a little bit of a different direction this episode. This was
not a beam down episode.
Not a beam down episode. There was a lot of Klingon action. I know, Jay, you love the Klingons in Discovery.
It's funny. They definitely altered the Klingons, right? They have hair now. And
the hair is better,
they wrote it back in.
They still have the full head prosthetic, fully covered head. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, or a lot of times, when you look in profile, the forehead is like it's weighing down the head. It's just this big bulbous thing. It just seems too big.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
Looks almost alien.
Yeah. Because if you know aliens are going to have just big ridged foreheads, but otherwise they're going to be pretty much human.
It does kind of, but it does draw your eye though. You do kind of go, But the teeth are definitely a little less. I think that their prosthetics are probably a little bit smaller. You don't really just see teeth in your face anymore.
True. It iterated that better, I think.
We were talking before the show. We all kind of agree that the Klingons are still hitting that one note. They're just like semi-violent, kind of always pissed off. Talking in the same cadence. Like you don't get they're not dynamic.
Yeah, this is a problem generically with science fiction where alien species are monoculture, right? Yeah. Which humans have all these diverse hundreds of cultures and languages, but every alien species has one language and one culture and one caste or whatever. And it's silly, and that does limit the Klingons as a plot device, as a species, because you're right, it's always just the angry, warlike Klingons.
Not a lot of nuance.
Yeah, it would be good to see a little bit more variation there. But I think that's why you could take them in sort of small doses, and I think we had our small dose. And I don't know that we're going to be seeing much more of them this season. I think they basically served their purpose.
Right, there were some milestones. They showed the plans for the D7, the classic Klingon battleship. Fantastic.
That was cool.
Beautiful ship. They showed that they are now unified. They are clearly unified, right?
It's now the Klingon Empire now.
Right, right. So that's good. So I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of them, but I did find that as we were getting back after the commercial, we got back to the Klingons, and I found myself thinking, all right, let's get back to the end to another ship. I'm kind of tired of this, but then they brought it home at the very end with the battle. Now the Klingons are battling with their primitive weapons. I mean,
by choice, just close up. You're going to kill somebody, you got to do it in their face.
Wait. You're talking about the battle that they had about the baby?
Yeah.
That battle
was lame.
Was so lame. It was so it was so boring to watch. It was shot almost in the dark. Mm-hmm. Right. I just really thought they blundered it. The actors looked like they didn't know what they were doing.
Right. The choreography was not good. It seemed slow. These are battle-hardened Klingons. I mean, you would think they'd be amazing close combat fighters. But okay, I can forgive all that because of what happens at the end. It made the entire episode for me because something's beaming in. It's this really weird cloaked figure appears out of nowhere right when the good guys. Voke and Layla, is it Layla or just
Lorel are going to be
they're going to be executed, and you have something that we don't see enough of. Sophisticated, advanced weaponry. You basically have a floating phaser that's bopping around, and it not only fires some directed energy, it explodes them into big goopy blood.
It disintegrates them. It's a disintegration ray.
There were different disintegration.
There were two pieces of technology, though, that we saw.
That was an amazing weapon.
The one that made them start to become numb.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed. That was cool because, of course, there would be stuff like that in the future.
All kinds of weaponry, yeah.
But, Bob, it was cool, but I hate that whole, save at the last minute thing. So many TV shows use it. It's really not a good device to use.
She was waiting. She was,
that was her dramatic entrance?
That was her dramatic entrance. She was following them, and she was waiting to intervene when necessary to save the Chancellor. That was her whole mission.
Exactly.
And, of course, this is
the beginning. This is Georgiou, and this is just the beginning, because then after that, you see what you see appear. Did it decloak? Was it uncloaking?
No, it was unfolding.
It was unfolding. A beautifully designed ship that I've never seen before.
Very pretty.
Yeah, the warp nacelles unfolded. A gorgeous ship. You go inside, and it's there's a whole crew in there. This is Section 31, and Georgiou is now part of this. And they're recruiting Voke. Ash.
Ash.
So which is probably now the beginning of their
Of course,
their
that's their
breakaway
it's a
series.
spin-off
That
series.
was the whole point of this.
Yeah,
episode.
that's what that whole episode was
And
about.
I loved it. I
But-
loved it. The ship, the bridge, the technology that it's the real super high tech, crazy, nasty technology that you're not going to see on the Enterprise because they're not Section 31.
So I mean, I like the idea.
I
of
loved it.
This
I love that
is
part.
this is the black ops of the Federation. Right?
Yep.
These are the people who do the things that the dirty work that someone's
dark
got to
side
do that they
the
keep
Federation.
kind of off the books. That's a good idea for a series. I think Georgiou is going to carry it very well. She's an excellent character.
And she's the emperor from
and she's
the
the
mirror
emperor.
universe.
Yeah,
of course.
so even better. I mean, it's good to have a great backstory for a character on a series like
I
that.
totally agree.
And spinning off, a great character
Yeah.
from another series is a good idea. So that was fine. Again, yeah, okay. It kind of made the episode a little disrupted, but it served its purpose. We've launched this spin-off series.
It wasn't the worst part of the episode. That I thought
There it
it
goes.
wasn't. The ship,
I know you
the
don't
ship
like
was
Tilly.
cool. Like we
Yeah.
got this beautiful shot of the ship, and it occurred to me right when we were seeing the ship unfold and everything. That's a special ship. And then I'm like, oh, that's the ship for the new TV show. It all made
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So I get all that. I just felt like there was so much, there was a lot of crying. There was a lot of talking in this episode.
Too much talking.
The
Too much
action that
talking.
we got. See, this is why that fight really particularly bothered me. The action.
If the fight were great,
Yes.
it would have balanced the episode.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
the fight was so lame. I'm literally laughing to myself, going, "Oh my god!" I mean, the actors don't even look like they know what they're doing. It was
know,
the
it's
choreography
tough.
was terrible.
It's like watching a kung fu movie, and the kung fu was, it's not
Mediocre.
that great. It's like, what's the point? It's a kung fu
Exactly, it's
movie,
got to be
yeah.
over the top. These are
Yeah.
Klingons. We want to see some visceral crap.
Yeah, it's a lost opportunity.
but
Let's
we
say that.
did-
It was a lost opportunity.
But to be fair, we did see some viscera.
we did.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah, we did. But
Come on, play on words. Work with me here, Jay.
and then I've said it before. I'm trying to remain as neutral as I can about Tilly, but it's the Tilly show. It's like we're seeing so much of this character. Like she's not the most interesting character. She's not. She had the parasite thing. They ripped the thing out of her.
It's a multi-dimensional parasite.
Yeah, well,
Jay.
the first thing I thought was they show it on the screen, and the thing looks like it's huge inside of her biology.
But it's filamentous, or it's not like solid. It's just.
But if they
it's
pulled,
spread out.
Seems
if they
solid.
pulled anything that had any solidity to it, they didn't transport it out of her.
Yeah.
They sucked it out with this gravity
Yeah,
machine.
but it was like a cloud. They were sucking out individual spores or whatever, and it coalesced into this.
That's what you
amorphous-
say, but they didn't say that on
That's
the show.
the only way to make sense of what we
Right,
saw.
yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then you see this biomass that had come out of her, and the first thing that occurred to me was that would kill her if you pulled that much material out of a body that was intertwined
not if
into
it's
it.
vaporous.
But it's like multi-dimensional, trans-dimensional.
How do you know that?
They said they used the dimension word, so that means that it could fit inside of 3D.
All
in
right,
ways
right.
that
They
are
should have said
counterintuitive.
quantum. They should have said then everything would have been
No.
explained. No, I want it to make sense. I don't want to have those moments when I watch TV. I don't want to sit there going, "That's silly. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense." That means it takes you out of the show. They need to make it make better sense. So, and they could, and again, they could pick a different character than Tilly to do it. Like they're revolving everything around Tilly now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of screwed.
I will say that I don't think there was enough Pike. There wasn't enough.
Yeah,
Pike
come
on.
on. He's the new captain. I mean,
Right.
We got a lot of Michael and Spock's mother.
Well, that's the
Spock
other.
details.
The other,
Spock's mother was
the other
good.
plot line here was the Michael Burnham and Spock and Amanda.
Yeah.
So her mother, her foster mother.
I thought that was all.
That's
cool.
all great, and they're teasing us with the Red Angels. Clearly, some important plot line of the season, and it's
huge.
tied up. I mean, Spock was having visions of the Red Angel as a
kid,
child,
yeah.
so this is not just a recent
Oh
phenomenon.
no, this is it's a big
Yeah.
plot line for Spock.
And Michael
But-
and Spock are tied up in this somehow. So that plot line is interesting to me. I agree. Like when I was watching some of the other parts of the episode, I'm thinking, get back to Spock. I
Yeah.
want to see that part of the show because
Right.
that was the most
Spock,
interesting.
who they didn't show yet.
Yeah,
but
I mean
they
they're
will.
teasing us with Spock. I mean we got everything about Spock except Spock.
Yeah,
when are we going
yeah.
to see him? When are they going to bring him in? I'm thinking it's got to be within the next couple of episodes.
Not next
right?
episode because we saw the preview, which looks kind of cool, by the way.
Yeah, but they showed Spock in the last preview, and he didn't come on the show.
Yeah, I
right?
know.
So you can't trust the previews. You don't know.
True.
He's coming, Jay.
He is. I know. I'm actually getting excited. I think that it could be.
Yeah.
It could be cool.
But I agree. I do think they have to balance the characters thoughtfully, and Tilly is not a mainline character, in my opinion. I agree with you. I like her. I like the character. She's different and she's interesting. But if she's fronting an episode, it doesn't quite pull it off in my opinion.
Well, then, yeah, but okay, fine. Give her one or two episodes out of the whole season where you kind of get that going on. But it's just we're starting to see like they're really positioning Tilly to be one of the absolute primary characters.
Yeah, and as we said, she's a comic relief character. That's the problem. I like her, but she's a comic relief character, and you can't make them the primary character in an episode. You know, unless you are really evolving the character, and I think we need to see that more. I need to see more of a character arc out of her. She's training to be a captain. Let's see something a little bit more commanding about her.
Exactly.
It'll come, but I agree. I agree in that. I want to see more.
Better pace it well, though.
I want to see some more of that cyborg.
That character's cool. But you know, like another thing, like when she's running that quarter or half marathon, you know, then she's like seeing the thing, and we get this idea that the vision of this dead friend of hers is really starting to torment her. I mean, come on, she would have gone to sickbay. She would have said, "I got something going on." Like, you know, like the whole idea that she's hiding it, and then she ends up the thing is standing right between her and Captain Pike, and she's yelling at Captain Pike. That was so contrived. I mean, please, it could be better than that. It could be more nuanced and more insidious, but it was so obvious what they were setting up.
And they didn't really give us a reason why she wouldn't immediately tell somebody what was going on.
Yeah,
right?
So there was no reason for her to.
That's a lazy plot device that is so overused.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching a show and a character is keeping something secret as a way of just driving, you know, conflict or the plot, and there's really no good reason in the show why they would do that, or for the character or whatever. It is a contrived, lazy way to create the situation. It's like, just tell somebody. It would solve this problem.
Yeah, and it would make her more credible too, right? Because it does take away from our respect for Tilly a little bit, because we're like, why wouldn't you just go tell? I mean, you're experiencing weird things. You know, explore new worlds, all that stuff means weird stuff is going to happen.
Right.
The last thing you would do is sit on something weird that's happening.
Report it immediately.
Yeah.
That's it. You're on a ship, you know, exploring aliens and everything. Something weird happens. First thing you do is report it to somebody.
Exactly. That could have been a security breach.
No, exactly. Yeah. That could have been exactly. That was a security breach. But until proven otherwise, that's a threat to the ship.
Exactly.
And that gets back to another point that we brought up in previous reviews, where we want to see Starfleet officers acting like Starfleet officers.
Yeah, no competency porn. We want to see them do everything right. That's why the movie The Thing was so epic. I know I talk about it a lot, but it was epic because every character was doing the best thing that they could in that circumstance.
Pretty much. Yeah. Not 100%, but yeah.
Some mistakes.
But it was competency porn.
Yes.
Like you could put...
And they were still screwed.
But
that takes careful writing. When you have the characters acting intelligently, according to protocol, doing what they're supposed to do, with the resources that they're supposed to have, and things still hit the fan because of the challenge and the complexity of the situation, that's interesting. If you move the ball forward by having characters doing dumb things out of character, not competent, or whatever, I agree, it takes you out because it's contrived.
Yeah, the last thing you want is a viewer to scream at the TV, "Don't go in the basement!" You know, that kind of stuff.
But you know what's funny? Like when Saru went in to see her in sickbay, in my mind, Saru was saying to her, "Why the hell didn't you tell me? We would have helped you." You know, like, because that's what I would expect from. You know, he's pretty much a science officer, right?
Yeah.
Saru. He's a commander, but he's also, sciencely, he's very adept at
Michael
science.
was a science officer, technically, right?
Yeah, but Saru is very science adept. And he's
rational.
He talked to Michael. Michael helped push the ball forward and figure out what was wrong with Tilly. And to me, Saru was just like, what? You know, like there was a moment there where I'm like, he's got to say something to her. Like, why wouldn't you tell us? Because that would have actually made up for it. Because all she had to say was, you don't understand. I was under so much pressure about being in the command program that I didn't want to spoil my chances. Like there was a whole intimate conversation that they missed right there that would have explained.
And it wouldn't have taken long. You're right. Again, and that's often. I'm enjoying the series. Overall.
I'm having fun.
Great. It's fun. It's good. My most consistent complaint is missed opportunities. It's not what they do; it's what they didn't do. That's often the biggest problem.
Yep.
You know, and I think that was one. That was a missed opportunity. And again, that's just taking that writing and then taking it up a notch and taking it up another notch and giving us a really well-crafted episode. Yep. And I still think we're getting like the B+ episodes. They're good. I'm enjoying them. It's great, but I'm still like always in that B+ zone, right?
Yes. Plus more floating phasers.
that was cool. Also, we have a new showrunner. You know, there was a changing of the guard, and it does take a little while for the juices to warm up. You know, I know we already had that for season 1, but the actors are there. Everything is there.
There's
Everything
a lot
is
of
in
great
place.
elements. It's turning into. It is, I still think it's a good series.
Yeah, it's fun.
know?
I am enjoying it, but
And
I
we
want
want
to
it
be
to be
blown
better.
away.
We
I
want
want
it
it
to
to be
be-
like last week, where it's a beam down episode, it's a mission, it's obtainable
Or whatever.
goals.
You could mix it up, but every episode's got to be well written. And again,
Yeah.
I think also just got to remember the bar is just higher for TV now. It is.
Yeah.
There's so much
It is.
great TV out there. Sorry, guys, the bar's higher. You can't get away with lazy writing anymore.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, even Next Gen,
Yeah.
they would have what they would call a bottle episode, where they wanted to save a lot of money, and they would just take place on the ship. There's no beam downs. There's nothing else really happening, and they had plenty of examples of those bottle episodes that were wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
because
they were
written so well,
fantastic.
like the Drumhead for one
Yes.
example, if you remember that. Just very well written, and of course the acting was superb. So they could do it now. They did it then. They could
Totally
do it now.
can do it. Yeah. Okay, so but still, I think it's still shaping up. I think to be a good season,
Yep.
and I'm interested in the whole Spock plot line.
Yeah,
of
there's a
Red
lot to
Angel.
look forward to. I
Yeah.
like the new, the new TV shows that they're pushing. I
Right.
like the Picard TV show.
Yeah.
God,
Don't get me
it's got to
started.
be good.
And I really like Christopher Pike.
Yeah,
as a
I do
character.
too.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's to me, he's the captain already.
Yeah.
I fully
Yeah.
accept
Yeah.
him. He seems totally legit, and I think he's going to be multi-seasonal. I think we're going to have
see.
him for a while.
Really?
Yep, I do.
I'm
My gut is
thinking one
telling me.
season, but multi-seasonal. Wow. Okay.
Well, wait. I mean, yeah. Now that I think about it, he does have to go back to
He's
the
gotta go back to
Enterprise
the
'cause
Enterprise,
he's got to like go down to. They have to.
Telosians?
Yeah, the Telosian.
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
Wait, that was 2 years
Yes.
ago in the timeline.
Yep,
He already
yep,
went through that.
yep.
Then he could stay
For a little while.
because he's already. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
We don't know what he did after that.
But we're still in the. This is still an alternate universe Star Trek, right?
No,
Or
no,
is it?
no.
Is this
No, no,
B?
no.
Is this
No,
universe
this
B?
is no. This is
A.
the
This
main.
has to be.
This is
so they,
Prime.
Yeah.
Because that was
how
after.
prime is it though?
So it's so prime that in the future, Captain Pike is going to get melted down, put in that weird wheelchair.
Does he have to go? That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that's going to happen.
But
to
how
him.
can it be prime if the Klingons are so different?
Steve? The writers have to figure that one out. I can't answer that, but it's prime.
All right.
So, hey, if you enjoy the show, go to Alpha Quadrant and the number 6.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Alpha Quadrant 6, and you can go to our Patreon page, Alpha Quadrant 6, if you'd like to support the show. Please talk to us on Facebook or email us. We would love to hear what you have to say about the show and what you'd like us to do in the future.